it's Grandma Roseanne, and I'm so glad you came this morning. We're going to make a family favorite, and that's mac and cheese with hamburger and a tomato sauce on it. My kids grew up on this, and they loved it, and we still make it, okay? So, super simple, super fast. In my skillet here, I have got 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of butter. I love the combination of flavor. I just love that. So I'm just gonna melt that down. You know, when you have made dishes forever, you just don't measure anything anymore. So what I'm gonna do is just give you approximates, okay? Because I probably haven't measured this in 50 years. Okay, I think we're going to be putting in probably about 1 small onion. Ta-da! We're just going to let this heat up and just start to wilt. We don't need to caramelize the onion. We just want it to just soften and get that raw taste out of it. I don't know how much you cook with onions, but I cook with garlic and onions a lot. I love the flavor and the health benefits that come from them as well. Now to this, I'm adding 2 teaspoons of garlic. You know to always add your garlic second, not first, because your garlic can burn. And now it is time for the ground beef. So I'm going to put in 1 pound of ground beef, and feel free to increase, decrease the measurements here if you're just cooking for 1 or if you're cooking for 9. Really easy recipe for you to adjust volume. I like the ground beef really minced. I really do. There's a culinary term for what I'm doing here, but I don't remember what it is. It's probably not that important. Do you see this little gizmo? Isn't that sweet? I love this thing. I use it all the time. All right, want to get my onions all caught up in that meat. Okay, now we're going to start with the seasonings. And in my bowl here, I have a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. You could use oregano. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. All of it nicely mixed in here. Great seasoning for our meat. This is another slick thing I got, you guys. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? You just set your utensils down there and you don't mess up your whole counter. Oh, I love that. Cameraman always teases me about my gadgets, but you know what? I use them. I use them all, right?
Yes, you do.
I do. And he knows that because he washes the dishes. What I have already done is I took 8 ounces of macaroni and I boiled it in salt water. And that's already done, and it's rinsed off and it's ready for our incorporation here. This is such a quick dinner, you guys. Cameraman, come here for 1 second. Do you guys see how nicely that is minced now? There's no big old hunkin' chunks of it. That's what you're looking for. All right, so we're ready to assemble. So what I did is I did drain the meat. I didn't want all that fat in there. I want all the flavor, I just don't want all the fat. And in here, cameraman, let them take a look. This, I used the large elbow macaroni. I guess you could use any size macaroni you like, but we kind of like that one. And to this, I'm going to add 1 cup of tomato sauce. I may need more, but let me just take a look. And I do need more. I wasn't fibbing when I told you I never measured it, so I never knew how much tomato sauce I actually put in. All right, let me do this so I can be closer to telling you. That would be 2 cups. I think 2 cups will do it. Now I have my oven set at 350, and we're going to be baking this for about 25 minutes at 350. Now I'm going to add some cheese. I have cheddar cheese here. I guess you can use whatever you like. You know, I've got 2 cups here. So I'm going to put maybe 1 cup into the mixture. And while I'm mixing all this up, would you look at the beautiful flowers that our friend brought us yesterday? Look at those. How exotic and how gorgeous. So thank you, Nancy. We love it. We had such a fun day yesterday, Nancy and I. We met at a garden center, supposedly. So I drove 30 minutes to the garden center to meet her. She drove 30 minutes to my house to meet me because we missed communication. Oh, it's funny. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to add I rinsed out my, my tomato can, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that sauce with a little bit of water in there. Not too much, I just don't want it to dry out. Just like that. I am going to taste it now for seasoning. It needs absolutely nothing. Nothing. It's perfect. She says as she thinks a little bit more, it needs a little salt. Initial taste is one thing, and then as it hits your palate, a little bit more. Adjustments are always okay, always okay. Look at that beautiful thing. Now I have a prepared casserole dish here, and all I did was I sprayed it with some kitchen spray. Just makes life much easier when you are cleaning up. I have always loved this dish. I am going to top this with some cheese. Yes, I'm doing this for flavor, but also because it's a really nice presentation when that cheese melts. It looks so pretty when you're bringing it to the table. Okay, it's going to go in for 30 minutes, 25 or 30 minutes at 350, and then we will let it cool down a little bit. We will have a taste test, okay? Be back. Well, we are all done. It took us almost no time in preparation, none whatsoever. Now, I had already done the macaroni before I got started. Just follow the directions on the package. 8 ounces of macaroni is what I used, brought it to a boil, and just cooked it for like maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 minutes, just until it was tender, okay? Now then, the best part of all. Now we get to taste this amazing, amazing, beautiful. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. I have made this for so many years, and I will tell you, I have never tired of it. If this is a recipe that from my cooking experience has held its own over 50 years, and my mom used to make it, so probably 70 years, that's a darn good recipe, okay? So I will test it to make sure it's perfect for you. Whoa. It couldn't get any better than that. This is comfort food to the max. And it's dishes like this that your children too will look back on and say, oh, my mom used to make that. That was so good. Okay, ingredients will be below. Subscribe. Subscribe if you're enjoying being with us. Just go ahead and hit the little subscribe button, and the like, thumbs up is always a helpful thing. And then if you hit the little bell, what that will do is it'll tell you when we're posting again, so that you don't miss anything. So with that being said, cameraman and I are going to have a very, very nice lunch, and we will see you on the next video. Bye.